Hey everyone, Mini Brick Productions here, and today we're going to be looking at set number 21043, the LEGO Architecture San Francisco in California, USA. This set has 565 pieces, is recommended for ages 12 and up, and retails for $50 in the United States. This set releases in January 1st, 2019, but I managed to get my hands on this one early. So without further ado, let's get right into it, but let's take a look at the box before we take a look at the build. So here's the box for this set. Keep in mind that I did manage to get this earlier because of the box's damage. So you will see there's a stale sticker right here, and there's also some creases on the box. So please just don't mind that. But either way, here is the box. It is a normal architecture box. It has the opening flap at the bottom, and it has that nice, I guess, thicker cardboard than the normal Lego boxes do. There's nothing special on the sides other than on this side you do get a nice little sketch of the entire build in 2D. And on the back we do get a nice detailed view of the entire set on its side. We have an explanation of what each build represents. So we have the Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz, Salesforce Tower, Transamerica Pyramid. So yeah, that is what we see on the back. On the top, nothing special, but we do get an actual size of the brick that is new to and exclusive to the set that has printing on its side to represent windows for buildings, and that is used cleverly throughout the set. We will see that when we get to the build. On the bottom, nothing special, again, sales sticker, just ignore that. When we open it, however, we see there's a kind of little message right here. It says, enjoy your building experience in English, French, and Spanish. And on the inside, we get some nice little quotes on the side. Over there, it says, oh, cool gray city of love, translated in 3 languages. And on the other, we get east is east and west is San Francisco. This is also translated as well. We see that there's nothing really, there isn't much else in the box itself. It's all just black, but it does look really nice, and it feels quite premium quality as compared to the other LEGO sets. So yeah, this is the box. Let's get into the build. Alright, so this is San Francisco. This is looking beautiful. It is rather larger than I expected. It is really long, and the back is not as pretty. It has some extrusions on the back. Not everything is all leveled out, but it is fine, I guess. But I really love what they did, especially over here in the city. Let's take a look at that. Right here we can see that they use this really nice method for making the streets. You can see they use slope pieces right here in the back that actually extends to the back. You can see the slopes right here. And these slope pieces make up the street, and we also get some cars as well. Right here we can see there's 2 tiles over here that represent cars. You can see it more clearly through the back. And this is sloped, and they are tiles on their sides, which is really neat, and that is a clever build. We also over here have the painted houses, and these look, or the painted ladies, sorry. And these are looking amazing, and they use this new plate printing, which is basically a 1x1 plate that has printing on its side. It is much like the Minecraft sets, the micro sets that came out for Ideas or Kuso. And so it looks really nice, and I love how they use it multiple times for these houses and then for this tower at the base. This tower back here uses the new brick that I mentioned earlier. Let's just take this off. It uses the new brick that has some window prints to it that are also used in Alcatraz, which we'll get to in a second. I love what they did here. It is actually connected by some kind of, it's like a clip in a way. So let's see if I can pull that out. Here it is. So it is connected by a clip like this, and it just kind of sits in there on these studs on the bottom. And this building does have Unikitty's new piece that is a 1x3 upside down tile with a hole in it, which I believe is such a nice use of that piece. It's really clever. Moving on to the towers in the back, we have 555 California Street. We have Transamerica Pyramid, and we also have Salesforce Tower. And these all 3 look really nice. Actually, one thing I forgot to mention, they do reuse the printed element from the Ideas Woman of NASA set for the solar panels, and I thought that was incredibly smart to use. I was actually surprised in the build to find that out. I hadn't seen it in the images. I didn't look close enough, I guess, but it looks really nice, and it's a really fantastic part usage. But either way, going back to these towers, they're just built so nicely. You see the Transamerica Pyramid is built really nicely with clips on both sides, and they are sloped in at the angles. This tower, Salesforce Tower, is built really nicely. It looks really good, and it uses a clever technique of just putting studs on the side in the interior where these pieces connect, and that just pretty much forms the entire exterior of the build. Oh, just popped off right there. And then these pieces at the top just connect with a normal stud on the side, and you have the little slope at the top to make it all look smooth. This tower I'm actually really fond of because it actually is built really structurally sound. You actually can't like knock it off rather easily. It is connected cleverly. Let me pull it out like so. There's actually a rod right here, a yellow rod that is stuck on the ground using clips, and the entire thing just rests on both studs and clips, which is really nice, which allows for like better stability, and it just makes it so that it doesn't fall off easily. Same goes for these two. They don't use clips, but they use studs that are inside this interior. And it overall looks really nice and is all structurally sound. You can't really knock these over really easily. This one doesn't knock over easily, except for these. These come off rather easily, but the actual like interior, the tiles back here, they're structurally sound. So yeah, that's the mainland. It looks really nice. One thing I forgot to mention, the plaque that says San Francisco, that looks really nice as well. It is resting on a 1x6 plate right here. So you just put that on, and it is printed. There are no stickers in this set whatsoever. Moving on to the Golden Gate Bridge in Alcatraz, we see, before we get to the bridge, we actually see the ocean that is made up of a bunch of tiles. We actually have waves over here that look really good, and it just really adds colors to this build. It makes it look so nice and so colorful and bright. I really love how they use the color, the light blue tile instead of dark blue, because I think light blue just makes it look so much nicer and so much brighter. The actual Golden Gate Bridge is built cleverly. They make it so that it introduces a sort of perspective where we have the back one shorter than the front one, and it kind of makes it so that it looks like it's at an angle, which is really cool. I love the use of these pieces to make the cables and all that. It just looks really nice, and the way they made these is actually pretty clever. It's just a bunch of plates that are connected using a, let's see, let's pull that out. Ooh, using one of the pieces that has studs on the side right here on both sides. And so that's a really nice, clever use of those pieces. And I think it just looks really good. These are structurally sound. They're built in pretty well into the whole build. And overall, this bridge is definitely my favorite part of this set. It just looks so nice. It is so structurally stable. It won't fall off or anything. It's clipped onto many pieces. And it just looks really good. Even from the back, it just looks amazing. A little bit at the top, we don't have the plate. That's just one-sided only, but it still looks really good from the back. Same goes for the towers. They look good. The bottom, like I said, is a little weird. There are some extrusions, and it's not all leveled, but it is still looking really good. Alcatraz is actually one of my favorite parts of this build because it just looks so good. They put it in so well into this whole build that it just looks natural. So they do reuse these bricks that I told you about with the new prints on them, and it looks really good. I love how it looks like a jail, and it just definitely looks like Alcatraz in real life. I love what they did with this whole rocky shore where they added some I guess like wing pieces, some pieces that are some modified plates that resemble wings, and they use a lipstick piece for this pole over here that looks really cool. Pole or watchtower, I'm not exactly sure. But either way, it looks really good and fits in well with the build, and it is actually a rubber piece, in case you did not know. I hadn't known it previously. I hadn't had a lipstick piece in my collection. They do use this new piece. I believe it's new. If not, it is at least newer. It is much like a flower. It is just a stud with some grooves on it. They use that for this tower over here, and I think that looks really well. It adds more characteristic and like detail to the entire model. And overall, it is just such a nice build. Finally, guys, we do have the instruction manual, which is really nice. It is the more like premium kind of instruction where it has that nice binding to it versus the cheaper versions found in normal sets. Let's take a look at the inside. We do get nice pages full of information about San Francisco in multiple languages. So the first page talks about San Francisco in general, and then it talks about the specific buildings that you can find in this model. For example, the California Street, 555 California Street, and the Painted Ladies. It also talks about the Transamerica Pyramid, Salesforce Tower, Alcatraz and Coit Tower, and of course the Golden Gate Bridge and Alcatraz Island. After that, it gets straight into the build. The build itself comes with 3 bags, not 4 bags, but 3 numbered set of bags, and it comes with loose cable pieces inside the box. But other than that, it's just pretty straightforward. It's just the building aspect of it. There are, from here and there are some nice little description, informational tablets that talk about like the different types of builds that you are currently building. And then at the end, we do get a nice, beautiful picture of the Golden Gate Bridge and just a lot of information about the architecture line in general. And that's pretty much it. We do have the parts list and the wonderful back that is both brick built and sketched. Overall, these instruction manuals are really premium and they're really fantastic. Even for collectors, for anyone, they just give you so much information about the set. So there you have it. That's San Francisco. It is one of my favorite sets, I believe, of 2019, at least the first wave of 2019. I just had to get it, and I bought it as soon as I found it, and it just completes my collection. You know, living in California, this is such a nice build to have to represent my state. But even for people internationally or even in different states, it is such a nice model. I would buy it even if I didn't live in California or weren't even in the United States. It's just such a nice model. It just looks really good for any collection, especially an architecture collection if you already have that. But yeah, guys, this is the architecture set, San Francisco, California, United States. Thank you so much for watching, and please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And definitely let me know if you guys are going to be picking this one up, because I definitely think you should. It is such a nice build, and overall it is definitely like a 9 or 10 out of 10. It is a really good representation of San Francisco. It is perfect, pretty much. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.